Welcome to Just Ask Freeman TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio. I'm joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. He is the CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated. Freeman, how are you today?
I'm just fine. Couldn't wait to get here to get this show started.
I know.
We've got a lot of great information that we have for our viewers. So are we ready to get started?
I think we are, Freeman. We have a lot to talk about today, and I know that you're so excited. But first I have to ask you, how is your lovely wife, Caroline?
And Caroline's doing fine.
Is she?
Yes,
okay,
she
good.
is.
Tell her that I said hello.
I will definitely tell her.
Aww.
Yes, because she's usually here, and she's doing well. She's sleeping in today.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. Well, she just brightens up the room, so always a pleasure to have her around.
Thank you.
So we're going to talk a lot today, Freeman, about the tax-efficient way to take a distribution from a retirement plan. Are you finding a lot of people have questions about how to do this?
Yes. There are several ways to take that distribution. As a matter of fact, on yesterday's show, we didn't get a chance to answer this question about a tax-efficient way to take a distribution from the retirement plan. So we're going to have the answer today. Just ask Freeman. Here's the answer. All right? Now, you got a choice. You can receive a lump sum. Now, I wouldn't advise that to receive a lump sum payment from a pension plan or from an employer-sponsored retirement account because you could pay the taxes now. In the year you take the distribution, that's a 20% withholding, or there's 20% withheld from the distribution. Suppose you're under 59 and a half.
Okay.
There's another 10%. So that could be a total of 30% withheld from that distribution coming from an employer-sponsored retirement account or pension plan that has a lump sum option. Okay. Now, I figure the best way is to do a direct rollover. All right, Cynthia, a direct rollover, which is a non-taxable event, trustee to trustee. And if you have more questions about how to take your distribution from the employer-sponsored retirement account and be more tax efficient, just ask Freeman. Ring us at 833-414-7233. I had to get that question answered.
Yes.
Because I felt that it was very, very important to know how to take that distribution, because so many folks make terrible mistakes when it comes to their distributions. And speaking of mistakes, I like for the viewers today, at least 10, before we take a break, to call 833-414-7233. And I want to give this offer. Number one, I'd like for you to go to ssa.gov and download and print out your Social Security statement. Because I've said Social Security so many times there. And Social Security only covers 36% of your retirement.
Okay.
All right.
36%.
36%.
Okay.
Now, it's important to get your Social Security benefits, but you can see 36%. What do you need? Income-producing assets to supplement your Social Security benefits. So, again, once you get your statement, I will then in turn produce for you a tax-efficient way, all right, to receive your Social Security benefits, supplement your income-producing assets to your Social Security benefits, and you could probably get a copy of my book too. All right, if there's enough left.
Right.
Because so many people are getting that book.
Yes.
The top 10, or I should say, the top 10 IRA mistakes.
Yeah.
And the tax traps that is associated with those IRA mistakes.
Okay.
So again, that number is 833-414-7233, and we'll do a complete written tax-efficient report for you, so you know when to file for your Social Security, how much money that you'll need in order to have a stress-free retirement. All righty. And also to make sure that you have the peace of mind knowing that your assets are safe.
Yes.
That's very, very important. And producing a guaranteed lifetime income.
Yes.
So, you want to know how to do this? Just ask Freeman. Schedule a virtual appointment. That's what we're doing at this point.
Okay.
All right. Call us at 833-414-7233. Call us today.
Absolutely. And Freeman, I know that you have so much to share because it's so important when people are planning for retirement to have all the answers, and you're able to provide those answers to the people that come in to speak with you, meet with you virtually. There's a lot of questions about just RMDs and the time to take the RMDs. We talked in the past how it used to be age 70 and a half, now 72, and you have to take them within that certain period of time to avoid things, and you can shed all the light on this for them just by simply asking Freeman.
Just ask Freeman. And here's a question that was, now I just addressed this question, but it says, what happens if I withdraw my money from tax-deferred investments before age 59 and a half? Well, we just mentioned the fact that if you're under the age of 59 and a half and you take a withdrawal from a employer-sponsored retirement account, or a pension that has the option for a lump sum, there's a 10% penalty plus that 20% withholding. Now, there are exceptions. Now, I'll go over a few of them. If there's the death of the IRA owner, distributions to your designated beneficiaries after your death are subject to annual required minimum distributions. Now, let me share a strategy here. I want to bring the Secure Act in, okay?
Okay.
We know that at age 72, alrighty, you have to start taking your RMDs, or required minimum distributions.
Sure.
Now, we mentioned beneficiaries, which the inherited IRA no longer exists, alrighty? That was eliminated. Let me give you a scenario here. Suppose there's an IRA that a participant has, and he lives to, say, age 90.
Okay.
The beneficiaries are non-spouses. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Okay. Non-spouses under the age of 59 and a half to receive this sizable IRA. Well, that could be a 20% withholding, a tax, 10% penalty. There is a way to protect your IRA. But you just ask Freeman. You call me at 833-414-7233, and I'll share with you, okay, not only your tax-efficient plan, okay, understanding when to file for your Social Security benefits, and how to protect your IRA, all right, so that your loved ones, which are non-spouses, which were impacted by the Secure Act, can receive these funds tax-free. Now, again, just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233.
Freeman, this is the perfect time for us to go ahead and open up those phone lines, because I know that people are so anxious to set that scheduled appointment with you. To the viewers at home, the phone lines are now open. That number to call is 833-414-7233. We know you have a lot of questions for Freeman about how to plan your retirement, questions about Social Security, maybe questions about your RMDs. Freeman has the answers for you. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call 833-414-7233. And don't forget, just ask Freeman. We have to take this very short commercial break, but we'll be right back momentarily with so much more. Don't go away.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
And welcome back to Just Ask Freeman TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio. I'm joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. He is CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated, otherwise known as Just Ask Freeman.
Just Ask Freeman,
Freeman,
I tell you.
I know, a wonderful show that we're having today, because I know that people are so anxious for this information that you're providing. There's just a myriad of topics we can discover today about the RMDs, if you will. You have some mistakes that you wanted to talk about that people can take, actually, and
yes.
how to avoid those.
Let's avoid these mistakes. As I said in one of the previous shows, we're educated but might not be privy to this information.
Right.
Estate planning, retirement planning, income planning, okay, guaranteed. In the last segment, we ask, what happens if I withdraw money from my tax-deferred investments at age or before age 59 and a half? There are exceptions to the IRA. I mentioned one, which is the death of the IRA owner. Distributions to designated beneficiaries who are non-spouses.
Okay.
Well, there's several others. Disability, distributions made due to a qualifying disability. Unreimbursed medical expenses. If you're 57 and you need funds from your employer-sponsored retirement account, if they're used for medical expenses and they're not reimbursed, you can bypass the 10% penalty. Medical insurance, distributions made to pay for health insurance if you lost your job and are receiving unemployment benefits. And you also can set up what we call SEPs, substantially equal periodic payments.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you want to know more about that, where you can avoid the 20% and the 10% withholding, the 30% total, we can set up an SEPP.
Okay.
All right, which is called substantially equal periodic payments.
Okay.
So if you want to know more about that, folks, just ask Freeman. Call 833-414-7233. That's 833-414-SAFE. And schedule a complimentary, consultation, which encompasses your retirement planning from A to Z.
Okay.
All right, call us today. A couple more. Qualified higher educational expenses.
Okay.
All right, for you and or dependents. First-time home buyer, 10,000 lifetime limit, and certain distributions to qualified military reservists called to active duty. Folks, it's good to know how to withdraw money if you're under the age of 59 and a half.
Definitely.
And I want to offer that book too. Okay. I'd like for you to get the book to 10 IRA mistakes,
Okay.
top IRA mistakes, and the tax traps that is associated with these IRA mistakes. Now, there's a couple of questions that came in that said, well, yeah, I'm under the age of 59 and a half, and you talked about the death of the IRA owner, and you talked about the disability. What about employer-sponsored plan exceptions? Okay. Again, death of the plan participant.
Yeah.
Okay. Disabilities, and it also has the criteria to get a SEP, SEPP plan.
Okay.
All right. So what do you think, Cynthia? If they want to know,
Just ask Freeman.
call us at 833-414-7233. Schedule your tax-efficient plan, written plan, with us, complimentary. Again, that number is 833-414-7233.
Freeman, I should ask you, when you're receiving the calls from the viewers, they want to come in, they want to sit with you, is there one specific question that you hear above anything else?
Making their money last.
That's the one.
The main thing. And since we've done so many shows, the potential retiree is concerned about safety, and we run programs to identify the risk that's involved with their nest egg. And as a matter of fact, they were coming in, all right, but now we're set up, since the COVID-19 was upon us, we set up the virtual meetings, and that is working out very, very well, so that we can share documents, have a discussion, and it's important that the husband and the wife be present on these meetings. We have single people, of course, too, but the main question is, how can I keep my money safe?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, how will this money last? I think we covered the fact that we should have some idea the type of income we would like to receive.
Sure.
Because when we separate from service, what happens, Cynthia?
Paychecks stop.
That's right. No more payroll taxes.
Yeah.
There's another type of tax can't remember that right now, but I tell you what, if you want to know more, just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233, and we'll address that major question. How can I make my funds last?
Yeah.
See, because life expectancy, of course, is 80, 85. In some cases, if there's a married couple, there's a 27% chance that one of the spouses might live beyond the age of 95.
Wow. So you have to plan for that.
You have to plan. And you have to plan. What we do successfully is to plan for life expectancy and the unexpected expenses.
Sure, because we've all had changes that go on in our lives. With COVID specifically, we had a lot of people that were forced into retirement early, or we had people that perhaps had an adult child move back home that lost their job. So we have to make sure that any plan that's designed is customizable to that person's life event.
Exactly. And it just doesn't start just with me setting up your tax-efficient plan and your written plan for your retirement. It will continue. We have annual reviews. Over the years, there are changes and there are challenges during retirement. So we have to think about a lot of different things along the way. Healthcare, inflation. Will taxes go up or will they go down? Well, I think we know the answer to that.
We do too.
We know. And I wanted to elaborate a little bit more about this, the 401k and the TSP.
Well, please, but I think we should open up the phone lines, Freeman, and give people a chance to call in. Do you want to tell them what they can expect to receive today by being one of your callers?
All right. Here's what you get. First, let me give some instructions on how to obtain your Social Security statement. Go to ssa.gov, download, print out your statement from from ssa.gov, and what I like to provide for you is to do a total review on all your assets. I'll set up your Social Security report so you know when to file, how to file, and how to maximize your Social Security. Bring in your income-producing assets, review them properly so that we can either reduce some of the fees or so on your retirement funds or retirement dollars, and set up a written statement so that not only will you know how to access your Social Security properly, but how to generate, how I'll help you generate a guaranteed lifetime income that you can't possibly outlive. And you'll have the complimentary consultation, and we'll do it virtually. Okay. And I do expect both the husband and wife to be present on these virtual meetings.
Sure.
And if you're single, fine and dandy. But again, call us at 833-414-7233 and just ask Freeman about this complimentary consultation and the efficient tax statement and report for you, and written and planned out so that you'll never run out of income.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Freeman, thank you so much. This is the perfect time for us to go ahead and open up the phones. To the viewers at home, the phone lines are now open. That number is 833-414-7233. We know you have a lot of questions for Freeman, and he wants to give you the answers. All you have to do is just ask Freeman. That number again is 833-414-7233. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to have so much more about how to plan your perfect retirement. Please stay tuned.
When was the last time you saw your financial professional? Are you getting the most out of the strategy that was created for you? Although you've done a great job finding someone to help plan for your future, are you 100% sure that you were given the right strategy? We can help answer these questions and more with a complimentary second opinion evaluation. We will take a look at what you have in place, then help determine if you are well positioned to get the most out of your future retirement income. In the event that it is not, we can help by making suggestions and showing you how to get on the right path. You wouldn't get just one opinion when it comes to a major health decision. So why would you treat your most important financial decision with such disregard? Call today for your no-cost, no-obligation second opinion evaluation to see if you are getting the most out of your retirement income plan.
And welcome back to Just Ask Freeman TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio. I'm joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. He is the CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated. Freeman, we're going to talk in this segment about the 401k. So there's a lot of questions that people have about their employer-sponsored 401k, if you will.
Exactly.
What kind of information do you want to share with the viewers today?
I want to go over the possible options and questions that you may consider. We talked a little bit about cash out and some of the consequences when you take a distribution from the employer-sponsored retirement account, say under the age of 59 and a half. What are the options that you can elect? Just ask Freeman. Cash out. You may need extra liquidity due to an unexpected expense. That's one.
True, true.
And if you cash out, are you prepared for the tax consequences?
Great question.
All right. Are you interested in continued compound interest on your money? Or do you want to continue to allow your money to grow tax deferred? And I'm going to define tax deferred later on in this segment.
Okay.
The other option is, what happens if you leave it with your employer?
Great question.
Alrighty. I'll give you a scenario here. I have some young 20-somethings who just graduated from college.
Okay.
And I shared with them, I said, now, in your career path, you're going to go from one employer to another employer to another. By the time you're 30, you might have had a couple of careers, or you've changed jobs at least 3 times.
Okay.
I told them, fill up the 401k.
Great advice.
They can take more risk. And when you separate from service from the first job, do not leave the 401k with your current or your former employer. Roll it over to a non-taxable event, to your own IRA, or consider a Roth IRA.
Okay.
And the criteria for that is 5-year wait, distributions from the Roth, tax-free.
Okay.
So a lot of young people, say from 22 on to 30, 35, have gone to or have moved from job to job.
Sure.
And they either roll over their existing 401k, which is restrictions on the distribution, to another 401k, which have restrictions on the distribution of those funds in that 401k. As a matter of fact, I talked to my daughter and nephew and niece and told them, fill up the 401k. Even when you get a raise, take those funds, put in your 401k, but when you change jobs, do not take and place that the existing 401k into another employer-sponsored retirement account. Okay. You can, if you do roll it into a new employer's plan, does that new employer's plan roll in, and do you understand the transfer process? See, that's critical as well.
Sure, that makes sense.
So I'm talking a little bit to the younger people too, as well as those seasoned, I call them veterans who have experience and been in the labor force for some time.
Yeah.
They too make mistakes of leaving the employer-sponsored retirement account with the existing employer, or transfer it or roll it over into a new employer-sponsored retirement account, and we just discussed some of the restrictions on distributions.
Yeah.
So the other is, I want to bring this up.
Okay.
Do you have a trusted financial professional that can help you establish an account outside the employer-sponsored retirement account into your own IRA? Well, just ask Freeman. You better call us at 833-414-7233 and get your consultations complimentary. We will help you to do that direct rollover trustee to trustee, which is a non-taxable event, and set up that IRA or convert to a Roth IRA. Such that you will receive this distribution and income over your life expectancy. So I wanted to share that real quick before we take a break.
Absolutely, Freeman, because it's so important, as we mentioned even at the beginning of the show, that is a person's number one fear is running out of money during retirement. So all of these things that you're putting into place today will allow people to have the retirement of their dreams and with peace of mind. We only have about a minute left of the show this week. I can't believe how fast our time goes. Do you want to tell the viewers one more time what they can expect to receive before we go to commercial?
Let me preface it with the instructions on how to get that Social Security report.
Okay.
Go to ssa.gov, download, print out your Social Security statement. We'll use that in the virtual process. Okay. Have your statements, 401ks, TSPs, other statements, and we'll develop for you complimentary a tax-efficient plan and a written report. And you know, like the time is on the clock. It just goes, I mean, it's just going away here. Again, call us at 833-414-7233.
Freeman, thank you so much for another great show. To the viewers at home, thank you for spending time with us again today. That number is 833-414-7233. Be safe, be happy, be blessed. We look forward to seeing you back here 1 week from today. Thank you for watching.